What if I told you the most shocking story of these NBA playoffs isn't about LeBron, Steph, or KD, but about the Indiana Pacers absolutely humiliating the Milwaukee Bucks? Yes, the small market Pacers are up 2-0 on Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, and it's got the entire league stunned. This is the story of how a young underdog team led by Tyrese Haliburton and Pascal Siakam is outplaying a championship favorite, with fights, bold trash talk, and even WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark getting in on the action. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why everyone is talking about the Pacers, and why this could be the NBA's next great upset story. Nobody saw this coming. Going into the series, Milwaukee was a heavyweight, a recent champion with a two-time MVP and a superstar sniper. They dominated Indiana in the regular season. The Pacers, a young team that hadn't won a playoff series in years. Analysts gave them little chance. But fast forward to now, Indiana not only stole Game 1 in Milwaukee, they've stormed to a 2-0 lead and have never trailed since the first quarter of Game 1. It's as if the Pacers flipped the script overnight, playing with swagger and intensity that the Bucks simply can't match. Even Pacers fans are pinching themselves. When Indiana clinched Game 2 at home, the arena erupted. Folks are saying it's never been louder in Indianapolis. This isn't just an upset in the making, it's a full-blown statement. So how did we get here? Let's rewind a bit and look at the two Pacers driving this miracle. Tyrese Haliburton and Pascal Siakam. Tyrese Haliburton, remember when the Kings traded this guy? He was good in Sacramento, but since landing in Indiana, he's blossomed into a bona fide star. We're talking about an all-star playmaker who led the league in assists and became the Pacers' floor general. Haliburton has that uncanny court vision and a goofy, endearing personality, but on the court, he is absolutely fearless. He's the heart of this Pacers team. And then there's Pascal Siakam, a name you might recall from the 2019 Raptors championship. He arrived in Indiana as the veteran with a ring, a guy who knows what it takes to win. All season, Pascal has been the steady two-way force for the Pacers. In fact, Haliburton himself calls Siakam the most underrated player in the NBA, so consistent, so steady. That's high praise from a rising star, and it's proving true on the playoff stage. The Haliburton-Siakam duo is clicking perfectly. Think of it as a new age pick-and-roll partnership of basketball IQ and championship poise. This underdog team suddenly has a 1-2 punch capable of trading blows with Milwaukee's Giants. In Game 1, right out of the gate, Indiana punched Milwaukee in the mouth. Haliburton set the tone, zipping passes for open threes, knocking down shots, and outfoxing the Bucks defense.
Siakam, Haliburton, Neesmith, 3-ball, corner pocket.
The Pacers played free and fast, catching the Bucks off guard. Without Damian Lillard, who sat out Game 1 due to a calf injury, Milwaukee relied heavily on Giannis. But even the Greek Freak's 30-plus points weren't enough.
To the ball game for Indiana. Giannis misdirection, bucket.
Pacers stole Game 1 on the road, shocking the home crowd and instantly putting pressure on the heavily favored Bucks. That win wasn't a fluke, it was a warning shot. Indiana showed zero fear of Milwaukee's size and pedigree. In the post-game, you could sense the confidence. Haliburton said the team believed they could play our style and beat anybody, while Coach Rick Carlisle lauded their composure. Suddenly, people started paying attention. Was Indiana for real? Game 2 is where this series exploded into trending territory. The scene: Indianapolis, Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Pacers fed off the home energy and raced to an early lead once again. By late first quarter, things got heated. Pascal Siakam was hustling for a rebound when Bucks guard Gary Trent Jr. got overly aggressive. Trent basically tried to rip the ball away, sending Siakam crashing hard to the floor. Pascal popped up fuming. He went chest to chest with Trent, and suddenly players from both sides swarmed in, pushing, shoving, and a whole lot of trash talk ensued. The arena went wild, referees had to separate them, and after the dust settled, double technicals were handed out. It was clear the Pacers were not going to be bullied. That scuffle fired up the Pacers even more, and the home crowd loved it. From that point on, every possession had playoff-level intensity. Giannis, to his credit, came out in the second half like a man on a mission. He was in full attack mode, dropping 34 points and pulling down 18 boards for the game. The Bucks, desperate to avoid going down 0-2, ramped up their physicality. Lillard, back in the lineup, finally found a rhythm in the fourth quarter and led a furious 13-0 Milwaukee romp.
This was going to reload again. Oh my goodness. A deep three.
All of a sudden, a Pacers lead that had been double digits for most of the night was cut to just 2 points with under a minute left. The momentum was shifting, Milwaukee's experience was kicking in. This was gut check time, and guess who stepped up? Pascal Siakam, the champion. With 44 seconds on the clock, Siakam calmly drilled a crucial three-pointer from the wing, silencing the Bucks' run. Boom! The crowd went into a frenzy. On the very next possession, Indiana's young guard Andrew Nembhard hit another dagger three. Just like that, the Pacers pushed the lead back to 8, effectively shutting the door. It was clutch, fearless basketball. The kind you expect from seasoned contenders, not a supposed underdog. Haliburton finished game 2 with 21 points and 12 assists, orchestrating the offense brilliantly. Siakam had 24 and 11, plus that dagger and some stellar defense. The Pacers out-toughed the Bucks on both ends. Final score 123 to 115 Pacers. Indiana protected home court and took a commanding 2-0 series lead, leaving the Bucks shell-shocked. And the aftermath of game 2 is where this became the story in basketball circles. Let's talk body language. Giannis walking off the court looked frustrated, almost in disbelief. In the presser, you could hear the alarm bells in his voice. We need to be more urgent. Both games, they set the tone. Need to play with more urgency from the start, Giannis said. That quote is all over social media now. Lillard, meanwhile, mentioned he's still finding his groove after returning from injury. But you know deep down, Dame didn't come to Milwaukee just to get bounced early. On the Pacers side, confidence is sky high. Tyrese Haliburton was seen grinning ear to ear, telling reporters that having a guy like Siakam on our side makes all the difference. He credited Pascal's steady veteran presence, calling him their rock. Coach Carlisle praised the team's poise through Milwaukee's late run, highlighting that they always had an answer, which we saw with those back-to-back threes. One of the coolest moments. After the game, Haliburton and Lillard actually exchanged words. Not trash talk this time, but a quick chat where Dame gave Tyrese a nod of respect. It was like a passing of the torch vibe. The veteran acknowledging the young star's moment. And we can't forget the fans. Indiana fans are going crazy. Their team hasn't made this kind of noise in ages. Viral clips are everywhere. From fans dancing in the stands after Siakam's 3 to Caitlin Clark, yes, the college legend, now playing for the WNBA's Indiana Fever, hyping up the crowd during a timeout and even jawing at a ref from her courtside seat. That clip of Caitlin making an exaggerated, "oh come on" face at a call blew up on TikTok and Twitter. It's become more than a game. It's a viral event in Indianapolis. So how exactly are the Pacers pulling this off? Let's break down a few key factors. First, faster pace and better space. Indiana is running on every possession. Haliburton is pushing the tempo, not letting Milwaukee set their defense. In half court, his playmaking is forcing the Bucks to scramble, and the Pacers are knocking down open threes. Second, targeting weak links. They've been hunting Damian Lillard on defense and pulling Brook Lopez out of the paint, limiting his rim protection. Third, depth and X factors. Role players like Andrew Nembhard and Miles Turner are stepping up big time. Meanwhile, the Bucks' supporting cast has faltered, frustrated, flagrant, off rhythm. And fourth, underdog mentality. The Pacers are playing loose, confident, with house money. They're playing to win, not to avoid losing. That makes all the difference. Now the big question, can the Pacers actually finish this upset? They need 2 more wins. Beating a championship team twice more won't be easy. Giannis and Dame will adjust, but Indiana has already proven they won't back down. If they pull it off, it would be one of the biggest playoff upsets in years. For now though, let's appreciate what they've done. Haliburton is becoming a star. Siakam is showing his championship medal, and the Pacers are earning the world's respect, one fearless game at a time.